Hello students, this is in the continuation of the first chapter, that is the living world, and today we will be starting from the diversity in the living organisms. Prior to that, in the first video of this chapter, we have discussed for the characteristics of the living beings and also what make the living beings different from that of non-living beings. So when we talk about diversity is the variety of the living organisms, and so many living organisms, they are present in the biosphere. Living organisms, they can be categorized as plants, animals, bacteria, fungus, right? And protista means unicellular eukaryotes. So what I have written as, that is the 5 broad groups of the living organisms which are present in the variety of the habitats. And this biodiversity, it is also called as biological diversity, which is the species richness, where variety of living organisms, they are present on the earth. Now, estimated number of species, that is 1.7 to 1.8 million. Taxonomy, that is also called as systematics. It is the study of identification, classification, nomenclature, and documentation of the organisms. So, taxonomy is the classification of the organisms. What is classification? Classification is the maintenance of the different groups on the basis of the similarities. So, characters, they are decided, and on the basis of the characteristics, the organisms, they are placed in a particular group. So, grouping of the organisms, it eases the study, and it also make a general idea for the general characters of an organism belong to a particular group. So the classification of organisms, that is called as taxonomy, where the different groups, they are called as taxa. Taxa is plural, taxon is singular. Now, systematics, it is a Latin term, and it comes from the Latin term, that is systema. It means the systematic arrangement of the organisms. Systema Naturae is the book written by Carolus Linnaeus. So that is how we can remember the name of the writer of the book Systema Naturae, that is Carolus Linnaeus. Now we are coming to what taxonomy is all about. Characterization, it is the understanding of characters of organisms such as external and internal structure of cell, development process, ecological information. So in the previous slide, I have told you that the organisms, they are classified on the basis of the characters. Now these are the examples of characters: the external and internal structure of the organism, structure of cell, development process, ecological information. So these are all points, they form the characters on the basis of which the groups, they are formed. Now identification is, nomenclature is only possible when the organism is described correctly and we know to what organism the name is attached to. This is identification. Identification, it is the first step for the classification. Only after the identification we will be able to place an organism in a particular related group. Classification is the grouping of organisms into convenient categories based on the characters. Now, nomenclature. Nomenclature is nothing but the scientific naming. Scientific naming means it is the universal name which is common to each and every part of the world. So scientific naming, the purpose of scientific naming is to avoid the ambiguity which can be done by the vernacular local names. So this is what the purpose of the scientific naming. It is the providing of standard names to the organisms such that of a particular organism is known by the same name all over the world. And the system of naming, that is called as binomial nomenclature. It is again proposed by Carolus Linnaeus. So binomial nomenclature, it is the scientific naming. And why it is called as binomial nomenclature? Because it consists of two terms. One coming, the first term it is coming from the genus and the second term is coming from the species. So scientific name, it consists of two terms, genus and species. Botanical names are based on the rules provided by International Code of Botanical Nomenclature, and the zoological names are based on the International Code for Zoological Nomenclature. So scientific naming, it is based on certain rules and regulations which are provided by these organizations. For botany, it is ICBN. For zoological names, it is ICZN. Now we are coming to the rules of binomial nomenclature. There are universal rules of nomenclature. Biological names are generally in Latin and they are written in italics. They are Latinized or derived from Latin irrespective of their origin. The first word is in a biological name represent the genus, while the second component denotes the specific epithet. That is what I have told you. It consists of two terms. The first one is coming from the genus and the second one, it is coming from the species. So both the terms, it constitute one scientific name, and both the letters, they should be italicized. They should be in italics. Now both the word in biological name when handwritten are separately underlined or printed in italics to indicate their Latin origin. The first word denoting the genus starts with a capital letter, while the specific epithet starts with a small letter, and it can be written as this Mangifera indica, that is the scientific name of mango. So these are the rules which are selected for the writing of the scientific names. Each scientific name, it consists of two terms. First one is coming from the genus, second one is coming from the species. The scientific name should be in italics. The first letter of the first term, it should be capital, and the first letter of the second term, it should start from the small letter. both the terms should be underlined. These are the rules. So if I want to write for the scientific name of pigeon, that is Columba livia, so I can write like this: Columba livia, and I will underline this. This is the rule for the writing of scientific name. Now we are coming to the taxonomic categories. Classification, which is nothing but the grouping of the organisms, it consists of the different groups, and groups, they are made on the basis of the characters. So characters, they can be the morphological features, they can be internal structure, they can be evolutionary relationships, and on the basis of the characters the grouping is done, and each group is called as taxon, plural taxa. So classification involves hierarchy of steps in which each step represents a rank. Each step or each group is named as some term that they are saying as it as rank. So all categories together constitute the taxonomic hierarchy. Each taxon represents a unit of classification. So this is what the hierarchy is. The plants, the biggest group is kingdom, right? Kingdom Plantae. It is divided into several divisions. Each division is divided into several classes. Each class is divided into several orders. Each order is divided into several families. Each family is divided into several genera, and after that each genus, it consists of several species. So the smallest group is species. And what is the technical definition of the species? Species is a group of organism which can sexually interbreed and produce fertile offsprings. So this is what the hierarchy is. Kingdom is the biggest group and the species is the smallest. While moving from species to kingdom, the dissimilarities, they get increased. So maximum similarities, they are present among the members of a species. In animals, kingdom Animalia, it is categorized into several phyla. Each phyla consists of classes. Each class, it consists of orders. Each order consists of families. Each family consists of genus, and after that again the smallest group is species. Right? So this is what the hierarchy is. Now they are called as categories or taxas, which constitute the taxonomy. So these are the taxonomic categories. Now let us discuss some of the points for these taxonomic categories. Species, it is a group of individual organisms with fundamental similarities and it is the lowest categories. That is what I have told you. It is the group which is having the maximum similarity. So this is the smallest group having the maximum similarities among the members. Genus, it consists of several species. So, just potato, tomato, brinjal, they belong to the genus Solanum. Same as lion, leopard, tiger, they belong to the same genus Panthera. But the species are different. Just see here, lion it is called as Panthera leo, leopard it is Panthera pardus, and tiger it is Panthera tigris. So this is how the different genus you can see here, and each genus can have several species. So here 3 genus we can see. Solanum, it is the genus of plants. Panthera, it is the genus of animals. And again one genus is seen here as Felis. Felis, it is the group of cats. Right? So a genus, it consists of several species. Now we are coming to the family. In the previous slide we have seen the genus as Solanum, right? We have also seen the genus as Felis. We have also seen the genus as Panthera. Family, it consists of several genus. So family named as Solanaceae, it consists of the genus Solanum, like that of the genus Felis and the Panthera. Both are the different genus, but they are present or placed in the same family, that is the Felidae. So this is how you can see that a family, it consists of several genus, right? Again, this Solanaceae, it is having the genus as Solanum, Petunia, and Datura. So in the previous slide you can see genus, it consists of several species like Panthera leo, Panthera pardus, Panthera tigris. You can write as Solanum tuberosum, Solanum nigrum, right? Same as here a family like Solanaceae, it consists of the genus Solanum, Petunia, Datura. Felidae, it consists of Panthera felis. Now we are coming to the next category, that is order. Order, it consists of the various families like Polymoniales order, it consists of family Convolvulaceae and family Solanaceae. So in the this paragraph you can see Solanaceae, it consists of several genus Solanum, Petunia, and Datura, and here in the order families, different families are present like Convolvulaceae and Solanaceae. It belongs to the same order, Polymoniales. Same as the family Canidae, it belongs to dogs, and the family Felidae, it belongs to the cats. These two families, they are placed in the same order, that is Carnivora. So if this is a genus, it consists of several species, right? If this is a family, it consists of several a family, it includes several genus. So you can write as it consists of several genus. And if it is an order, it consists of several families. So this is how the group size, it gets increased while moving from species to kingdom. Now same as class. In class several orders are present. So the order Primata, Carnivora, they belong to the same class, that is Mammalia. And a phylum, it consists of several classes. So amphibia, reptilia, aves, mammals, they belong to the phylum Chordata. And kingdom is the biggest group, kingdom Plantae, kingdom Animalia. So this is how the different categories they are there, and what the hierarchy you will write for this is kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus and species. So we will be discussing for the remaining topic in the next class. Have a great day.